Folks, I don't know how much longer I'm going to be able to make these videos for you, to be honest, because the way it's going, it looks like if I continue to make videos that are critical of immigration, I could well end up behind bars, because we have now got an elite police squad set up to monitor anti-migrant posts on social media. Of course, we have had various protests appearing. We've had the protests in Epping. One of them turned very nasty after Antifa turned up, and the police, allegedly, they deny it of course, bust Antifa protesters and rioters up to the hotel site. They're scared of another chaotic summer, so they think the best option is to monitor social media like crazy, rather than, of course, sort out the immigration problem. Typical state going for the easy way out. Let's take a look at what is going on with this. But first of all, if you're enjoying this video and want more news updates like this, that you press the subscribe button down below. So we've got an elite team of police officers, this is being reported in the Telegraph, to monitor social media for anti-migrant sentiment amid fears of summer riots. Detectives will be drawn from forces across the country to take part in a new investigations unit that will flag up early signs of potential civil unrest. The division, assembled by the Home Office, will aim to maximise social media intelligence gathering after police forces were criticised over their response to last year's riots. And the wording of this does really concern me, because it's where they say they're looking for anti-migrant sentiment and early signs of potential civil unrest. That to me is very, very vague and sounds like anyone who is critical of immigration, not someone who's incited riots, not someone who's encouraged anyone to riot, not someone who said they're going down to a riot, but someone where they think this person looks like they're a bit concerned about a load of men turning up on our shores. This is someone who might potentially one day go to a riot, so we're going to lock them up behind bars and take down their social media posts. That's what concerns me. The British police, they are very well trained in de-escalation. So they like to try and step in at an early stage before something kicks off. So for example, if there is a fight, or it looks like there's a fight going to happen in the street, the police, they won't wait until the punches are thrown to step in. If they see two people are having an argument, it looks like it's going to get bad, they will step in and have a conversation and try to de-escalate it. But they are taking the same sort of approach to social media posts, thinking, oh, if someone's critical of immigration, we'd better step in before they become so radical that they start rioting. That's their logic, but that has a very chilling effect on free speech. We all should be able to criticize immigration. There are genuine concerns across this country. There are serious consequences of immigration happening across this country. Not only can things like housing and infrastructure in the NHS not cope, but we are seeing more and more stories of people being raped and sexually assaulted. These are genuine concerns. And let me tell you, Keir Starmer, you will make the public even more furious and even more disenfranchised if you silence them and don't let them speak about it. Okay, this is what happened last year. He didn't get it. He dismissed everyone as far-right thugs and didn't engage in their concerns. And it looks like he's doing the same again, which is, it looked strange, because it looked the other day like they were starting to get it, because Angela Rayner told the cabinet that the government must act to address the real concerns that people have about immigration, but clearly they don't really understand how to address those concerns. They could solve the immigration problems, but instead they want to just shut people up. And this comes, after this weekend, we have had more and more protests starting to happen. Epping was sort of the catalyst, the start, and now we are starting to have protests at various different hotels. We've had one in Canary Wharf, but we've had Norwich, Leeds, Bournemouth, etc. having protests. As far as I can see, things have on social media, things that these protests that have been happening over the past day or so have actually stayed as protests, not riots, nice and peaceful, which is how it absolutely should be. Ladies and gentlemen, if any of you do decide to go out to a protest, make sure that you are peaceful, and you don't shout, you don't hurt anyone, you're nice to everybody, because that is how we continue you know, if we want the state to continue to allow us to have our free speech, we've got to make sure that we do it peacefully. And I think Epping was the perfect example of where that was done well on the protests that they've done, aside from the one where Antifa turned up. Most of the locals there, they've been holding signs saying "Protect our kids." They've been, you know, singing songs saying "Protect our kids, save our kids," and just being out there in solidarity with each other or the other parents. And that is the way to do it. The way not to do it is to bus Antifa up to the site, and then you end up with teenage thugs coming along to see what the drama's all about, and they get involved, and it all gets messy. But anyway, let's take a look at what the lady who is in charge of all of this, or encouraging this, has to say. So there was a letter to MPs by Dame Diana Johnson, who is the policing minister. And this is what she said. She said, "We are carefully considering recommendations made by the Home Affairs Committee and His Majesty's Inspectorate of Constabulary and Fire and Rescue Services," that's a mouthful, "in this area, including building a national internet intelligence investigations team as part of the National Police Coordination Centre." Gosh, that was quite a mouthful. "This team will provide a national capability to monitor social media intelligence and advise on its use to inform local operational decision making. This will be a dedicated function at a national level for exploiting internet intelligence to help local forces manage public safety threats and risks. Funding for this capability beyond 2025 to 2026 will need to be considered in line with future funding priorities, but I am confident that as a first step, this new central team will help build capability across forces to maximize social media intelligence." Okay, so there we go. That is the latest, folks, that we have on what is going on. And as I said, I really do predict that this will be this new force will be abused, and many people who are just addressing genuine concerns about immigration will have posts taken down. In fact, we are already hearing, and I cannot confirm this for certain, but we are hearing that people who have been posting about protests, peaceful protests that are going on this weekend, are already starting to see their social media posts being taken down. You absolutely should, in a free democracy, be able to post online encouraging people to come to a peaceful protest. I completely understand if you are inciting violence, you are inciting rioting with a clear time and a place, that yes, the police can get involved. But I highly doubt that that is what they are going to limit it to. This is scary stuff, but we've got to stand up, we've got to fight for our rights to free speech. I'm Chloe Dobbs, thank you for watching this video, and make sure to hit that subscribe button down below, and also the notification bell so that you know when we are posting new videos. I'll see you next time.